Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Now probably, most likely in the final leak video in the day, we need to take a look at Alliance Quest raid crystals. And this is a bit different leak in terms that we don't really have a very good context to evaluate these crystals. Obviously, in this case, in particular, to looking at the screen, this crystal seems underwhelming to say the least, considering that Alliance raids got largely advertised as alternative or kind of like a substitute or, well, basically an Alliance activity for the sweaty hardcore Alliances, top tier endgame content and stuff like that. Now, again, Alliance raids are not in the game yet. I believe they are scheduled to come early 2024, like in January or maybe latest February. Don't think we're getting them in December, but we could be, since these are getting added. Who knows? But they're not here. So it is going to be relatively difficult for us to put, the quality of this crystal. And once we take a look at this one, this is the initial leak that I saw. Chance to win 6-star hero crystal shots. Nah. Tier 3 alpha fragments, tier 5 class catalyst fragments, tier 6 basic fragments. Okay, those are neat. Cavalier crystals. What, I really don't care about cow crystals anymore. Or units with a rare chance at the 6-star next hero crystal. Now, this seems like really, really underwhelming. Again, considering how Alliance Quest raids have been presented to us. And, realistically, this crystal, you wouldn't be fussed if you got a bunch of these. It would be neat, but it's not like a chase item. However, it turns out that there is a Paragon Alliance Quest crystal, Alliance Quest raid crystal. Chance to win 7-star hero crystal shards, 7-star Titan crystal shards, tier 6 class catalyst fragments, Paragon crystals, or units with rare chance at 7-star Ultron. And here is where we need to talk, because obviously this looks much more desirable. So the quantity of how many of these crystals we can acquire a month obviously is going to be important. The level of difficulty and the resource investment needed to get to these crystals. It does look like extremely exciting crystal. 7-star crystal shards, awesome. 7-star crystal titan shards, even more awesome. Tier 6 class catalyst fragments, great. Paragon crystals, I'd rather never get that. Units, I'm sure there are, okay, units, units are units. Units are always nice. And then we have a 7-star Ultron, which would obviously be awesome. So virtually everything, by the looks of it, pending the drop rates, because they could easily put those Paragon crystals as like 50% of the chance, in which case it would suck. Pending a solid amount of drop rates, this crystal looks awesome. No question about it. Here is the deal, though. And I didn't say dildo. I said, here is the deal, though. You can rewind. There is a very good reason why there's no Alliance crystals anymore. Therefore, the existence of these crystals in itself is kind of pissing me off, because I thought we kind of moved away from it. As those of you who have played this game for a longer time will remember that basically since the start of Alliance Quests, up until a couple of years ago, we used to also earn Alliance Quest crystals, and we also used to earn Alliance War season reward crystals. The problem with those crystals is a very simple one. It's extremely RNG based. For a group activity where everybody puts in their work. And as an end result of having crystals that you earn in, such game modes, we always worked out where somebody was pulling extremely crap items, while there were people who perhaps were, lazier, who weren't contributing as much to the Alliance Wars. Let's say, we can call them the pre-fight guys, and that's no shade thrown to them. They're not at fault what they pull from crystals. But I remember it was causing a really large amount of friction in alliances, and effectively Kabam changed it because the alliance requested it time and time again. Because it made very little sense that you work together as a team, and a significant portion of the value of the season reward was determined by these crystals and what you pull from them. And it is no way correlated to the contribution, realistically or typically. And that, in my opinion, was one of those things that I thought Kabam had learned. I thought that community had learned, and community made themselves very, very clear that we don't really want these team game mode based crystals. Well, large, because again, It'll be awesome when you get lucky, but it'll be awful when you go on a bad streak for several months, pulling nothing but, Paragon crystals and 4 stars out of it, whilst you're gonna have a teammate with a duped 7-star Ultron and a couple of Titan crystals and, bunch of tier 6 catalyst fragments. And since these crystals are not something that you acquire at large quantities, and they're relatively rare as a season reward or as a weekly reward, the disparity can be quite massive. Because as with everything pretty much in statistics, the more data entry points you have in, an kind of like RNG based environment, the more likely you're going to end up with an average result. There's the same principle of you tossing a coin one time, and if you toss tails, you win 10 pounds. If you toss heads, you lose. You basically get nothing. So you're either gonna walk away with 10 pounds or nothing. But if you toss the coin 10 times, worth 1 pound each time, you're statistically gonna end up somewhere in between 4 to 6 pounds most of the time, just because you have more data entry points. And crystals like this, we don't get a lot of them, so we're not gonna get a ton of entry requirements for the data, so there will be quite large disparity. And I don't like what Kabam has done here, like objectively. There is a very good reason why Alliance Quest crystals are not a thing anymore. There is a very good reason why Alliance War season crystals are not a thing anymore. And I don't think I'm a fan of Kabam bringing it back. I think it was one of those things where we had put it aside, we had moved away from it for very good reasons, and this is effectively kind of a relic from the past. So I don't know what to say. The crystal obviously looks great, but it immediately comes with a certain set of worries. And couldn't they just incorporated this stuff in like some rewards as like non-RNG stuff? Like there was no need for a special crystal for this stuff. I don't know. What do you guys think? So, Alliance raids are definitely shaping up to be quite spicy. Unfortunately, quite RNG based as well. Depending how many of these crystals you can acquire and all that stuff. And what else you can earn at the same time as you're doing Alliance raids. But here we are. So this is the crystal. This is how it looks like. And let me know what you guys think about the idea of Alliance game modes, well, basically getting the RNG element of the rewards back. I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information